Massachusetts College offers new scholarship for illegal immigrants. You know what impresses me is how the Indian chiefs running America, meaning the corrupt white politicians, I call them Indian chiefs because they're the same as the Indian chiefs who sold the tribes down the river. Remember, the Indians were noble people willing to fight for their sovereignty, and look what happened to them. And that was primarily not because the warriors were not good. It's because their chiefs were bought out for wampum and for whiskey and wampum. And our Indian chiefs are selling us down the river, probably for the same things, whiskey and blondes, I would guess. God only knows what they're getting. But the fact of the matter is, how can these Indian chiefs so pander to non-citizens and completely ignore the legitimate citizenry of this country? I will never understand it. Case in point, California. Here we have a demagogue, Jerry Brown, who posed as a centrist, but turns out to be more of a leftist than he was back in the 60s, back in the day. The man is now working overtime with the Hispanic lobby to grant driver's licenses to illegal aliens who were just made into fake citizens by Obama. Obama could be arrested for what he did. Obama had no authority to grant citizenship because he overrode Congress. If we had a Congress with a spine, they would have impeached him for it just before the election. They would have impeached him for overriding our checks and balances. They would have impeached him because he overrode the will of most of the people. Because I know that even Democrats in the state of California are anti-illegal immigrant, incidentally. It's not because they have anything against Hispanic people. It's because they know that the social services in the state are being sucked dry by the non-citizens who don't even pay taxes. That's why. It's commonsensical. So the Indian chiefs like Governor Brown completely ignore the legitimate voter and step over themselves, pandering to the illegal Hispanic voter, as though the legitimate voter doesn't even matter anymore. And the same is true for Romney, incidentally. Yes, it's true for Obama. We know already. That's a given. But Romney is more concerned about the non-citizen Hispanic voter than he is about the Tea Party, who he dismisses and sneers at. I don't know if you know this. I know you don't want to hear any of this, but it's a given I'm going to vote for Romney because it's anyone but the communist machine that's running this country, as the way I see it. I'll take my chances on a corrupt corporate Romney over a communist who wants to take away my birthright, and I'll sleep better at night with Romney in the White House in terms of national security, because something in me tells me that his interests with regard to American values are a little closer to mine than are the man from Kenya. I mean Indonesia. I mean the citizen of the world in the White House. Let's put it that way. Savage.